Hello, in this video we're going to take a look at the advanced features that are available in the Datagrid. These are the context, menus, and the customization window. If you haven't already taken a look at the filtering and sorting video or the grouping video, you should probably look at those first to have a context for some of the items we'll be talking about here. So I have the inbound truck detail status report, which is a complicated piece of work, and maybe there are different questions that users want to answer with this, and so they would like to rearrange some of these things to better answer their questions. As we did before, we'll pull the PO up into the group, and maybe we also are interested in when those particular purchase orders arrived, so we'll pull that up, and we could go through and open each one of these looking for whatever it is that we're analyzing, but we could also right click in the group and choose our expand all, and it expands everything out for us right away. Of course, we can change how many lines are shown on the page by going to the page size, and maybe we want to have 50 items that are showing here that we can scroll through. That takes us down to 4 pages. If we wanted to leap page to page within our data, we can do that. Or if we'd like to have everything showing at once, we just click the all button, and now all 162 items are going to show on the page. So that little side note into the paging tool there, we'll go back down and set up our page size to be our original 15. So we've got 15 items on each page, and back to our context menu discussion. A right click here allows us to collapse all, or maybe we're done with our grouping and we don't know where exactly these items were in our column arrangement. We just want to put them away. We'll right click and clear the grouping, and that puts them back in. So those are the context menus that are available in the group right now. Because there's nothing grouped up there, we just have the ability to hide the group panel. Next are the columns themselves. So when we right click in a column, we have the ability to sort ascending, descending. We can send it up to the group. We can show the group panel. But what I think might be interesting, particularly with this report, is the ability to hide columns. So the release NOD level comments, while helpful during the inbound truck phase, after it's arrived, we maybe no longer need that information. Let's hide that column because it's a little bit wide. And we're looking for maybe information that we just don't need to have. We don't need to have the origin showing. We're not interested in whether the carrier was FedEx or Radiant, and this is collapsing, as you see, our columns. Wow, this is a long one, the load level comments. Maybe we want to hide that as well, so we can focus on just the issues at the item level comments. So now we have those different columns all hidden. If we right click, we see that there's the column chooser that comes up over here on the edge of the screen, and here are all those columns that we hid away before. Now suddenly we're interested in this carrier. We want to place them back into our data grid. We'll drag them up until we see the 2 arrows, and the carrier returns to our data grid, and the rest are still hidden away for use later on. Also in the columns is the ability to control our search panel, which is up above, where it searches all of our fields at once. Maybe we want to turn that off. We have the ability to turn off our filter row, which is this row, which is allowing us to filter on particular items. So we can click in the or right click in the column header, and maybe it's just the filter row menu we want to hide. Maybe it is the filter row itself that we want to hide. We find all of this helpful in cleaning up the report and focusing on the analysis we want to do. We can also right click in the footer and do sums and counts. In this case, the count is going to be the same as we have on the page in the lower left hand corner, but it's good for demonstration purposes. If we have perhaps we want to know what our earliest arrive date was, so we'll go with minimum. And I know that that is showing nothing right now, but if we come back to that guy. It will show under certain circumstances. Maybe we do our receiver. If that's not a numeric field either, but you will have the ability to do sums or averages on columns that is relevant. There is so that covers our header. Here in the fields themselves, you just have the ability to refresh if you have changed your definitions at all. Let's go ahead and also include the filter row, and we want to just have things that have arrived, and there is our refresh on the minimum arrive date. So that was what I did want to show you earlier, is the ability to have both a minimum or maybe a maximum here. So we choose that, and we have a max in the dates. Now, of course, those two don't relate. That's just the minimum of that whole column, and the maximum of that whole column. It's not particularly relevant to analysis of these inbound trucks, but as you develop your analysis, these are some of the tools that are available to you in the context menus. That's a lot, and that's quick. I hope that you find that helpful. Go ahead and play with that to rearrange, hide, show, and just generally make some modifications to the to this entire grid, so that it maybe shows you better the information that you need, and hopefully that improves all of our management decisions. Have a good day.